Here are 4 things that you should do to every single track before you start DJing with it. The first thing you need to do is check the track's beat grid. With dance music, what we're looking for is a grid line on every single kick drum of the track, with a red marker on the very first kick drum, and then a red marker every 4 kick drums after that. With hip hop and R&B tracks, it's slightly different. We still want a grid line with a red marker on the very first kick drum of the track, but what we're looking for is a clap on the 2 and the 4 counts of the bar, and then another kick drum on the grid line with a red marker. Another thing you should do is zoom all the way in on your waveform and just make sure that the grid lines are at the very start of the kick drum. And as you can see, this one here is slightly off, so I'm just going to slide it to the left and make sure it's right at the very start. Now that should sound perfect. Now there will be exceptions to these rules, but these are good general guidelines to follow for most of your track's beat grids. The second thing you should do with every single track is set your mix in points. I like to find the part of the track that I want to mix into. So for example, with this song here, it's just this point. It's been a while since I've seen you. Just here where the vocal starts. Then from here, I'm going to beat jump back 32 beats, which is 1 phrase. Then I'm going to set a 32 beat loop and save that in my Hotcue bank. And I use this loop to mix the track in. So I can have this loop going in the background, and then when it gets to the end of the loop, I can just exit the loop and mix into the track. It's been a while since I've seen your face. The third thing you need to do is set your mix out points. The first mix out point I like to set is at the end of the first chorus. So this is just before where the track goes into the next break. Just here. I like to set a Hotcue at this point and then a Hotcue 32 beats before this. I like to colour my Hotcues blue for my mix out points, and then this is my first mix out point in the track. Then I like to go to the end of the track to where the track goes into the outro. Just here. I like to set a Hotcue here and again 32 beats before this as reference. I colour them blue. Now these are my 2 mix out points. This is a system that I like to call the 1 phrase system, and this is something that I teach in my online courses. So if you do want to know a system like this, which allows you to mix any track into any track, feel free to check out my link in the bio. The fourth and final thing you need to do with every single track is test it out. Drag multiple other tracks up, have a mix with them, and make sure your mixing is timed right and sounds smooth with multiple tracks. If you like this video, make sure you're following Off the Rack Jack for more DJ tips just like this.